we're live. Welcome to Everything Currency. This is a show where we talk about everything crypto and mo. I'm your host Jay, and today I want to talk to you guys about a token that has some extremely nice potential in this market, and that is the Energy Web token. So I have alluded to collecting this token in the past. I've talked about it on this channel many times. I've mentioned it in some of those, like, check out these 2 token videos or check out these 5 token videos, but I haven't actually given it its own video. So if you're excited about that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, share the videos, help me get this channel out to as many people as possible. Let's get this money together. So jumping right into the Energy Web token, we can see right now on CoinGecko, it is ranked 176 right now. This is very criminal to me right now. The market cap is $131 million and some change. The supply is 100 million in total. We got the total supply right here at 69 million. Not sure why it's different from the max supply. I'm just going to go with the max supply. The circulating supply right now is about 40% of the entire supply. Coming down, looking at some of the stats, all-time high was 1 year ago at $22.67. Is down about 86%. This is pretty crazy right now. So before we jump into what the Energy Web token is, let's just take a look at some of the potential. Now, before we even get into it, I'll tell you, Energy Web token is working in the energy sector with some of the biggest energy players around the entire web. So with that being said, I think it has the potential to make it to at least the top 100, or I would say the top 50, even me, because I'm more bullish on the token. So if it does reach the top 50 in the market cycle, according to CoinMarketCap, we will see that it will reach the Flow blockchain, which that will be a 5.3x, and the price of Energy Web token will be $15. But if it reaches something that, to me, I think it should definitely reach number 17, which is SHIB, it will have a 35x potential in this market, and the price of the Energy Web token could be $102.22, and I can't escape that 222 for the life of me at all. So what is Energy Web? What is it? So let's go to the website, and there's this place on the website that says why we exist. So we come down here and it says our mission. Energy Web is a global nonprofit on a mission to accelerate energy transition by developing and deploying open source Web3 technologies that help companies unlock business value for clean and distributed energy resources. Coming down a little bit further, it says regardless of your view, one thing's deniable: there are few examples of decentralized technologies solving meaningful problems, creating real-world value for users. And that is very true. This is why a lot of people say, like, look, 99% of cryptos are going to die. If you're investing just for fun, or you like to do these things for fun, that's cool, but you got to look at the things that are going to be here in the next 5, 10, 15 years. Right now, we know we have an energy transition that the world, companies, different people, me, you, are all pledging that, hey, we got to make sure that we don't kill the planet, and we got to start doing it before the next 8 years. And to me, that's looking like a pretty nice strategy. But jumping back a little bit more, let's go to the main page of the website, which is, if I can find it, let's just click back right here. It says we build open source Web3 technologies that help companies navigate the energy transition. Coming down, Energy Web in action. So see some real world examples of how companies are using the Energy Web technology to achieve decarbonization goals. So there's plenty of videos online about what Energy Web is under the hood. It is a proof of authority blockchain. It has some validators from some of the biggest companies, some of the biggest enterprises. These are some of the members right here. We can see we got Proton, Genosis, we got Shell, we got, what else we got? We got Volkswagen. We got, there's a ton of them from here. Depending on what company you have, you might notice your one of your energy players on this list. But coming back to what we were talking about, some of the case studies we can see right here: Energy Web and Volkswagen delivered, moving too fast, A little too fast. Energy and Volkswagen delivered 24/7 renewable energy charging solution for electronic vehicles. Right here, track and match renewable energy data on a 24/7 basis. So this is a pretty big one right here, especially if like you're all green and you want to have a green car, you want to recharge yourself with green energy, you want to know and make sure that energy is coming from green places. So they're working with different teams on that, and we'll talk some more about some of the other projects, because I think they have a whole list of projects, and I think there's some pretty dope ones on that. So trying to let that airplane go over. So it says, empowering the energy transition, Energy Web develops and operates energy grade software solutions that help companies capture business value from clean and distributed energy resources in complex multi-stakeholder environments where lack of coordination creates barriers and innovation. And this is very true. Like, you know, you don't really see these opposing companies working together and completely changing how they do things because they're competitors, and you know. So I wanted to dive into this article right here, because this goes into more of the use case of the EWT token. And if you know me, I love my whole use case thing, right? So it's like, for me, it's like this company, Energy Web, could be doing a bunch of dope stuff. They could be changing the world for all we know, but how are they using the token? Is the token actually being used? So right here, there's a nice article that they wrote, how staking EWT increases cybersecurity for energy grids and enterprises. So coming down, we can see that it says, coordinating to security analysts, 85% of cyber attacks are identity based. Now this is very important, because if we skip down to here, it says a number of energy sector assets such as smart vehicles, smart converters, and batteries, and all these type of things are going to have some type of identity. Now Web 2, if we have a problem with this identity information being siloed, being able to be hacked, we are now moving into an environment and a place where hackers are going to have a lot more things and a lot more ways that they can mess with us besides just stealing our cryptocurrency. If they can hack your car, if they can hack the locks to your house, if they can hack, you know, your smartwatch, or any of the different devices that you have, it's going to have to be a secure type of distributed thing, right? Because you want your watch to be able to talk to your smart refrigerator, and you want that to be able to talk to you know, your Fitbit to make sure you're drinking enough water. I don't know if you want that, but that's the type of stuff being built. But we want to make sure that those things are not, you know, hackable. And one of those things we're going to have is decentralized identifiers, right? And then we're going to have verifiable credentials. So a decentralized identifier would be something that identifies me, and then something that I also identifies like my smartphone, and then I'll have verified credentials that I'm able to access something on my smartphone or through my smartphone, and then I will get a certificate that says that yes, you have access to that. So it's like basically a key. But this is basically all the stuff that Energy Webs allows us to do in a verifiable decentralized type of way. You know what I mean? Your smart car can talk to your garage so that it can open up the door and park you in the garage when you come home drunk at 2 in the morning, whatever the case may be. All that stuff needs to be secure, and staking EWT actually helps that happen. So coming down here, we can see that where is it at? Right here, with the centralized verification service, each node is required to stake economic value in order to verify VC representations and earn awards. Only honest nodes receive awards. Misbehaving nodes that vote against consensus are penalized by having their stake reduced and removed entirely, and then that's just divvied up between the people who either snitched on them or the people who are keeping everything running good. So the most practical way to implement this mechanism is to use a public blockchain paired with cryptocurrency, and then that's why you have EWT integrated into the whole system. So coming right here, it says under decentralized architecture described above, honest nodes can sound the alarm if they don't agree with the consensus. They receive the stake from misbehaving nodes in case they can prove wrongdoing. In the case they can prove wrongdoing, attackers in this setting need to either A, hack each individual node. This is one of the reasons why, you know, blockchain is dope in the first place, because you got a whole bunch of nodes and you got to hack all of them, or you got to bribe all the nodes needed to reach consensus. So you got to do a 51% attack. You got to get 51% of the people, or 51% of those nodes, or whatever. But in this case, you have to bribe all the nodes. So they have this little equation right here that basically says, look, the bottom line is the more economic value staked across more nodes, the more security we have on the chain. So it encourages all of these actors in this arena to go ahead and just participate and act together in a way that's good for all, right? So blockchain, a game changer for securing IoT data. So that's what I just talked about with the smartwatches and the smartphones and stuff like that. So that's going to be very very important. Coming right here, we got something called green proofs, provide unparalleled transparency. So what's going on right now is that I talk about carbon credits a lot, and what I'm seeing is that in the carbon credit world, you got people who are very unsure about what a carbon credit is, or where it comes from, or if it's even legit. Has it been used before? Should it be retired or not? Of course, if you are a climate change person who wants real climate change and you want carbon credits to be retired, you want to see that a company actually retired the carbon credits, because what could happen is, say for example, I own an airline company, and I say, hey, we emitted 100 tons of carbon last year. We bought 100 tons worth of carbon credits, and then after I announced that, showed you the paperwork, I went ahead and sold those carbon credits and just sold them to the next company, my partner over here, and they can do the same thing and make these claims. It is it's just not good. It's just not good. So when we scroll down, we see on the Energy Web website, it says, when it comes to ESG reporting and sustainability claims, don't trust, verify. Hold up. ESG reporting, some of us don't really know what that is. If we Google it real quick, adopting ESG principles means that a corporate strategy focuses on the 3 pillars of environment, social, and government. So they're worried about what their products are doing to people's brains, like socially. They're worried about the governance, and they're worried about the environment, but the environment is the one that we're concerned with right now. Green Proof is a custom solution for registering and tracking low carbon products and their attributes throughout a complex supply chain. So coming down, it says decarbonizing electric vehicle charging. That's the one we mentioned earlier. Well, I don't know if I mentioned it because this is like my 3rd time recording this video, but yeah, we did. Decarbonizing electricity altogether. Decarbonizing aviation by providing a single global platform to help energy majors, airlines, and airports and businesses track the production and use of sustainable aviation fuel. Now, this is a big one right here, because shout out to Chico Crypto for his video. He mentioned that Energy Web had a use case study program, whatever you want to call it, where they were trying to figure out what we're going to do about hydrogen fuel. They want to move to having like 60% of their fuel being hydrogen or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but they do want to move towards a hydrogen based fuel. They're building some of those supply chain things and stuff like that, and verifications, transactions, and data, all the data for that stuff. Energy Web blockchain is involved. Decarbonizing Bitcoin, of course, we all know that can be bad for cryptocurrency right there. So a bunch of people can get involved with this program. So right here we can see more. Clean energy and carbon markets have a transparency problem. Transparency is the key to unlocking latent demand for clean energy and low carbon solutions. This is very true, for all of the reasons that I keep mentioning throughout this video. But they're saying that, hey, once we get past this, it's going to lead to more investment, voluntary purchases of some of these carbon assets is going to lead to more investment, more economies of scale, technology improvements, and stuff like that. So the good news is the technology exists to profitably decarbonize nearly every part of the economy: electricity, fuels, economies, and steels, and even cryptocurrencies. The bad: accounting systems across industries and supply chains are fragmented, and the verification processes are opaque, because buyers and producers lack the tools to provide granular tracking and auditing of some of these things, auditing and carbon credits, is a very big deal. And clean markets, our ability to, why am I just reading you guys off the website? By this point, you guys get the point, right? Energy Web is providing infrastructure. Infrastructure. Anyways, Energy Web is providing Web3 infrastructure for companies who are going to meet their ESG goals and who are trying to find solutions for some of their other energy related issues. Enterprise members include some of the biggest energy companies that you have ever seen. Some of the projects now, I'm gonna leave you guys with some of this. There's some basic dope things going on right here. So blockchain decarbonization, the region, global partner, Ripple, XRP Foundation. That is pretty dope to see that they're working together to decarbonize some of the blockchain things, even though Ripple doesn't really use a blockchain. DeFi crowdfunding for energy access. This is one that's I also really like. Sub-Saharan Africa energy. NG actually, they're working out there, and with, it says right here, NG Energy Access, one of the leading off-grid pay-as-you-go solar and mini-grid solution providers in Africa, has partnered with Energy Web to accelerate energy across sub-Saharan Africa through a decentralized finance crowdfunding platform. So that's very dope. That's very dope. We got some stuff going on in Europe right here. Green proofs for Bitcoin, that's pretty dope to see right there. E-mobility dashboard over there in Europe. Traceability platform for sustainable aviation fuel. This is the one that I was talking about with Shell, that they're doing with the hydrogen and stuff right there. So they got a lot of stuff going on at the Energy Web, and there's a lot of different ways that this blockchain is actually being used already. So we can only see that, hey, if this whole, ESG standards, all this Web3 net zero pledges, not Web3, all these net zero pledges by 2050, net neutrality by 2030, you can see that the Energy Web might have its place in all of that. We have things with IoT. There's just a bunch of stuff going on with this project, so I encourage you guys to dive in a lot deeper into this project. I will make more videos on this project explaining more and more why I like this project, because there's already some stuff that I left out of this video, but so many things going on with Energy Web. I think that, hey, I don't think in the next run it can't reach the market cap of Shiba Inu. That's just my conviction. So let me know what you guys think about that. As you know, none of this is financial advice. What you do with your money and your cryptocurrency is your responsibility, so be responsible with that. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Leave me a comment in the comment box of any projects you would like me to check out. Shout out to the subscriber for requesting this one. RIP to Crypto Roots. Think positive, and positive things will show up in your daily experience. Till next time, peace.